Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video and let's get to it. Thank you all my members, all my patrons, subscribe. We're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers and let's take a look. The dev was updated and there's not a lot to talk about. So no new aircraft, for example, no new J-35, no new Mirage or anything like that yet. It is confirmed that some of them are coming, but yeah. No such thing as a new aircraft, right? There are more files for the J-35 and other aircraft in the file, so yeah, we can guess that it is close. But there are some other changes that I wanted to show to you guys. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the MiG-29. The MiG-29 is heavily changed. The flight model is changed a little bit. The damage model is still an F-14, as you see here. But the flight model itself, it feels a lot different. The R-73 is a little bit different, and the R-27T as well. I don't know about the R, but the T is different. So yeah, very, very cool. And yeah, it's kind of a buff. Let's test a little bit of the flight model and a little bit of the missiles as well. So let's get to a flight here. Let's go for minimum fuel, load, and let's get into it. So yeah, no cockpits yet, as you see. This is the new skin. I added a couple of decals, as you see there, for the Marie 1521 squadron of the Soviet Air Force. But ignore that, it is not coming with the little B there and the mouth on the nose art, right? It feels a lot similar to the Polish MiG-29, to be honest. But yeah, pretty good. I have to test the radar as well. I could not test the radar a lot, but the missiles, they already feel different. Let me take off first. I mean, this aircraft is so good. The rear side, like the rear shot of it, it's so beautiful. It's so menacing looking. Oh, it's such a good aircraft. So the first thing, I realized that the R-73 has a different, like, it doesn't go past the circle there, as you see, right? So it has a limit now. A more realistic limit, and the flight model of it feels a lot different, as you're going to see. I will try to just get a proper lock here, and let me do a very odd shot here. As you see, look at that. Oh my god, it's such a good missile. It's such a good missile. The autopilot seems to do a lot of like too much lead, and then it corrects itself. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like that or not. Almost hit it the target. Come on, missile. But so yeah, it kind of autocorrect itself too much, to be honest. But still, it's a very, very good missile. It turns like no other missile in the game. It just doesn't. I mean, it's just completely different. Apparently, the flare resistance is different. I will try to find a friend to actually test this out during the day today. Me and my girl are probably moving out soon, so it is kind of too many stuff happening, and my internet is still weird, and yeah, you know how it is. Let's try a very odd shot like this. Look at this, man. Oh my god, it's such a... But see how it, like, kind of... It went too far and then went back. So yeah, that's the weird part, okay? It is being kind of weird sometimes, the autopilot itself, but the missile is just amazing. The thrust vectoring is working a lot better. Sometimes when you are really slow, the thrust vectoring kind of works in a weird way still. So let's see if I can do this. Let's lock on the sun. But it is a lot better. It feels a lot more realistic, the missile now. And it is apparently a lot more flare resistant. Let's fire the missile. Let's see. No, it's weird because it's not looking for the sun, but it is trying to, I don't know, it's just weird. Sometimes the thrust vectoring just do some weird stuff and he just I don't know what happens, it just goes completely mad. Just like an SRAM, you know. But yeah, let's try another thing. The flight model itself, for the turning capabilities, it feels a lot lighter. It's still a little bit heavy, to be honest, compared to the F-16, and we are going to take a look on the F-16 as well, because it does feel a lot lighter. But it is pulling a little bit more Gs, as you see here. 12 Gs, 11, 12 Gs. It wasn't pulling that on the last dev server. And look at the turn rate of it, the turn ratio. It is amazing. It is obviously more heavy than the F-16, so there is that as well. But it can continue to do a horizontal turn, maintaining about 500 kilometers per hour, as you see, until you run out of fuel. But yeah, it is turning pretty well, I think. It compresses a little bit. I don't know if the compression is due to the ways that, I mean, the F-16 has a proper fly-by-wire system, and the MiG-29 has a hybrid system. So it has kind of a damping, a very heavily modified damping modes that basically they are still using hydraulic with cable systems, but together with a computer analyzing some of the things and blocking some of the things. So yeah, it's still a hybrid system due to reliability. So it's technically a semi fly-by-wire system, kinda, you know. The sources from this are the Gordon Yeffin's book, so take a look on that book, it's amazing. But as you see here, for example, yeah, I cannot pull more than 12 G, see? It feels like it's being limited by something. And it feels like it's that semi fly-by-wire system that I told you guys about. So yeah, I have Ace Pilot here, so even the Ace Pilot is obviously passing out. But as you see, it can turn pretty well. If you lower the speed, it will turn a little bit better. Around 700, 800, it really starts to pick up the turn rate. So yeah, it does turn a lot, man. Look at this. But it is still feeling a little bit heavier. And the max speed is also a little bit different. That's what I felt. So let's go for a max speed test here. The gun sight feels a lot more realistic. As you see now, it doesn't like go completely out of the way just for me to shoot, to change a little bit. A lot of people were saying that I didn't know how to shoot, but the thing, man, is just that if I did that on the last, like just little more movements like that, the aiming circle went just out of the screen almost. And now it's a little bit better, so we have to test it out as well with a target. But as you see here, the maximum speed limit is a little bit different as well. The red line now, it's around 1500. So yeah, but it's still going, right? It still goes for the same maximum speed, basically. So yeah, I have the pylons there, so it might be a little bit harder to get to the maximum speed. But it is going to 1570 kilometers per hour. Way faster than anything else in the game. 100 kilometers per hour more than the MLD. So amazing, amazing. Let's take a look on the F-16. Oh, and I forgot to mention also the R-27T is a little bit nerfed, okay? So instead of the, I think it was 1 degree of FOV that it had before, it now has 2. So it's a lot less than any other missile, to be honest, I think. Not a lot less, but it is less than the other missiles. But it's still amazing and still has the capabilities of just being amazing. Look at this. Yeah, it feels like a dogfighting missile, even though it has a very long range. So it kind of doesn't matter, right? Even with these R-27Ts being a little bit nerfed, it's still going to be very, very good. And as I said, I need to test the flare resistance of these missiles. Everything is subject to change, so it doesn't really matter. But still, like, it doesn't lock the sun, man. How good this missile is that it doesn't lock the sun. It feels so scary. Look at these odd shots. Look at that missile, man. It just completely turns 90 degrees, like, right after launch. So it's just, woof. It's good. It's good. That doesn't matter if they nerf a little bit. It is still probably the best missile in the game. It is kind of a Fox 3 missile without a radar guidance, right? It's an IR guided, but like a Fox 3 in the sense of range, right? Such a good thing. But yeah, let's take a look now. Let's take a look on the F-16 as well. So no new skins or anything like that for the new aircraft, right? But let's take a look anyway. Let me put some. Let me go alone actually. Let's test the speed of this thing and also the radar with the gun sight as well and the turning capabilities, because it feels a little bit lighter than it was. So yeah, no cockpit still the same skin, still same radar, anything like that. But as you're going to see, it feels like the fly-by-wire or some limitations were taken out of the aircraft, because let's take a little bit of speed. If you remember, the maximum G that I managed to do was around 10 to 11, maybe sometimes 12, but normally it was like 9 Gs. So now it kind of properly turns, as you see, at 1,000 kilometers per hour at 10, 11 Gs. And then if you slow a little bit, it feels a little bit lighter, right? So let's... I mean, these aircraft are so fast. Oh, look at this. It is still pulling 11 Gs, but the turn rate of this thing is just... Oh my god, man. It's better than the MiG-29, I think. We will need to compare it, but they feel very similar. But it feels like the F-16 just has a larger, like, speed, like a speed gap that can actually do this type of turn. Let's slow down a little bit. Look at this island. I mean, it's almost. I mean, let's try again. I think at around 700 I can turn being above the island still. Let's see. No, it's too much. It cannot be. Oh my god, it does. Almost. Yeah, almost. It's just it's like, I don't know, 500 meters or something like that. It's just crazy good. It's just amazing. Let's do the speed test. I don't think it's different, but let's try again. I didn't test it prior to this video again, so let's just do the test. So the MiG-29, I managed 1570 kilometers per hour IAS on the deck. Obviously, that's the speed that kind of counts. Obviously, all of these aircraft are Mach 2 capable at higher speeds, at higher altitudes, I mean. But at lower altitudes is what it means, basically. It is what it matters, I mean. 1400, pretty fast already, but nothing too crazy, to be honest. A lot less power as well in an aircraft. I still think that the MiG-29 will be superior power-wise and thrust weight and etc. But the F-16, these wing designs are very good. And the main thing is that the F-16 is like 7 tons lighter or 8 tons lighter than the MiG-29, empty. So that's the main thing, right? It's such a light aircraft that it's very easy to break inertia and turn. So yeah, it's a lot slower than the MiG-29. Like a lot slower. Like 120 kilometers per hour slower. So yeah, it's problematic. That will be, of course, the meta, right? It depends on the aircraft. It will have some advantages or not. I just feel like any aircraft, I mean, this aircraft will lose to the MiG-23 MLD even. We have to test acceleration between them, but in a general sense, I still think that the main strong point of the Russian aircraft will be the Soviet aircraft will be the power to weight. I mean, they will accelerate and climb so fast, even the MLD, that the F-16 will like stay behind a little bit, right? It's not by much, but a little bit. And while the F-16 will, at least initially, win in a dogfight in the continuous turn, I don't know. I feel like the MiG-29 has more power, so it would be more easy to do that. But we need to do more proper dogfights. I actually recorded a dogfight with an F-16 and MiG-29, but the flight model is changed so much that I just discarded that video, and I will try to do one more. Let's try to use the gun sight to see if it's working properly. Now it feels a lot more realistic and not that much wiggly. Look at this turn rate, man. Oh my god, this aircraft just goes, right? Let's lock it up. I want to... Going to be... Yeah, it's just tiny movements. I don't know. I mean, I'm aiming directly on the target and the gun is shooting downwards. So it might not working properly right now still. I mean, over here, of course, I'm 500 meters. I am using the zeroing for 500 meters. But maybe I have to turn the zeroing. Let me try turning off the zeroing to see if it works a little bit better. So yeah, let's see right now. I think this is the way that it's supposed to work, right? Let's lose our speed here. Let me just aim it properly. I mean, a little bit upwards. I don't know. I'm aiming directly on it, right? Maybe you're supposed to use something. Oh, he turned. Let me get ahead of this. I mean, technically you could do like this. But it is hard, right? To aim it like this. You're just going to spend a lot of ammunition. Let's try again for a target that is standing still a little bit more. But I think you need to use the no vertical targeting, maybe. But it feels a little bit weird still. Just hard to aim. But it feels like it is calculating the bullet drop. As you see there, it is downwards, right? So it is calculating the bullet drop for a certain reason. Maybe for 0 meters. Or, I don't know, something like that. But once you lock it, it's supposed to, like, work with that. Let me work directly. Oh, stop turning, bot. Let me get directly behind it. It's too sensitive, that's the problem, because in third person and without the... I don't know, man. I'm hitting. I mean, let me a little bit. It's going downwards, as you see. I don't know if I need to change something. Everything is on here, so I don't know. Feels weird, but I still think that it is work in progress. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe you need to do the zeroing with a certain meter or something like that. So I really don't know. But we will need to take a just hopefully it's just work in progress, and yeah. And yeah, these are the main things. Obviously there are some minor things that are being changed that we don't know yet, so we will need to wait. We have a new tank over here, the what's it called, the Shah 2C. Very weird tank, completely nuts, man. Look at this, completely weird. Let me test drive this thing. I mean, it's just completely nuts. Look at the size on this thing. It has even neutral steering. I mean, it has to have, right? Look at the size. I mean, oh my god. It's large. It's, yeah. It kind of has an artillery gun there. But the machine guns are not working, apparently. I don't know, completely missing it. Kind of a fast reload even to such a large gun. Let me... 200? Charge. Finally. Oh my god. But such a weird tank. Probably World War I or mid-war period. Very weird. Kind of fast even for such a large tank. I mean, 15 kilometers per hour. It's pretty alright even. The machine guns are not working right now, but they will. But yeah, very cool. Oh, and then we have a new tank over here, the WZ 1001. So new addition, a new main battle tank for China. So very cool. It has the same armor and the same gun apparently, the same ammo as well. So I don't know what's the difference between this one and the other Type 99, but yeah, very cool. 11.0 feels a little bit low. Yeah, but the other one is already 11.0. Maybe it's the newer version. I don't know. I really don't. But let me know in the comments if you know what this thing is. But if it looks cool, man, it looks a lot cooler than... Does it look very similar to it? It does, right? But this part feels a little bit different. I don't know. It feels like another Type 99A just for you to spawn in another main battle tank for... I mean, yeah, that part is different. So yeah, these parts are a little bit different. So it has a little bit of a different armor. Maybe some other thing. Let me check the armor specs for you guys as well, because I know you love it. So you have the explosive reactive armor here, the FY4 down there, and the FY5. Let me check if it's the same one as this. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. Then afterwards, probably have some kind of composite over here, obviously. Let's see if we can take a punch. Let me get the new Abrams, for example. This the SEP with the A2. Let's do it 500 meters. You can, yeah. You can take a punch. You can take a punch. Look at it. The cheeks are really strong. Nice. Of course, the glaces are just weak, but still, this is 500 meters. Let's take a look at 1,000. Basically the same. So, yeah, very interesting tank. I did not expect to see this. You have to actually just keep a look on the new things because there's a lot of different things that are not added yet, or we need to check, but no premiums, no new premiums, no anything. The Tornado is basically the same. No chaff or flares for it. I think the main thing was the modifications to missiles and the flight models. The preparation for the addition of new aircraft as well that are not added yet. So yeah, maybe it's that. So yeah, guys, but basically this is it for now that I found. Maybe we will see some more stuff coming up. If we do have another update on the dev, I will be covering it. So make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye, guys. See ya.